Hi everybody. The other person on your team, besides your loan officer, that you'll likely be working with pretty much from beginning to end, is your real estate agent or your real estate attorney. In all the scenarios we talk about here, you'll use one or the other to help you. Real estate agents are probably the better choice when your landlord doesn't want to use an appraisal to set the sales price. Real estate agents aren't appraisers, but good ones can give you a good advice on the value of the home, something real estate attorneys often won't do. So how do you find a good real estate agent? Like before, whenever you're looking for a new team member, start by getting recommendations from people already on your team. If you already have a mortgage loan officer, for example, ask them for recommendations. If you'll have to pay for your real estate agent out of your own pocket, which is likely in this situation, make sure your loan officer knows that before they give you any recommendations. It might change who they recommend to you. You don't have to use whoever they recommend, of course, but it's a great place to start. Now let's look at the other ways to find good real estate agents, and let's focus on the common scenario where your landlord refuses to pay for your real estate agent. When you have to pay for your own real estate agent yourself, the price of the agent becomes a big factor in determining what makes a good agent. The agent becomes another out-of-pocket expense for you when you're buying the place, like the cost of the inspection or closing costs and prepaids. If you're cash poor, it's an even bigger issue for you. The good news is you've already found the house you want to buy, so it's a lot less work for any real estate agent, and you probably can find a good one who won't charge you full price, whatever that is. There's two ways you can find good real estate agents when you don't want to pay full price. One, you can find a traditional agent and then try to negotiate a good price with them. Or two, you can find a limited service agent who automatically charges less in these situations. If you already know some real estate agents you trust, see if one of them will help you at a discounted price. Tell them you've already found the home and that you've studied the process, this course, so you won't need a lot of hand-holding. Tell them the whole story about the landlord and the home so they can estimate how much work it will be for them to help you. See if they would charge you a flat fee instead of a percentage commission. Flat fees aren't unusual in this situation. See if they would accept payment at closing and contingent on the deal closing instead of being paid up front. But don't get your hopes up on that. If they do accept payment at closing, they may charge you a much higher fee than if you pay them up front or as you go along. It's a trade-off. If you're paying up front or as you go along, make sure you understand what you'll have to pay the agent if the deal falls through halfway through and you don't end up buying the place. If you aren't sure, just ask the agent you're interviewing, what would I owe you if X happened? Take your time. Ask questions until you feel comfortable that you understand all the fees. If you don't know any real estate agents you trust, or the ones you know don't want to play ball, check out discount brokerages. They're sometimes called the fee for service, or flat fee, or limited service agents. The real estate industry is evolving. We're starting to see more alternative brokerage models that can cost you less. Some of these brokerages will charge a flat fee, and it will usually be a lot less than 3% of the sales price. You might be able to find an agent who will charge you by the hour, but that's still pretty unusual. The advantage of paying by the hour is that you pay less when you do your homework and your agent doesn't have to hold your hand. Check and see if Assist to Sell or Help You Sell have brokerages in your area. They might be able to help you. Search online for discount brokerage and fee-for-service agents and limited service agents and flat fee real estate agents, followed by your city's name. Check out the agents' websites, read their biographies, see if they have an office in your general area. Then call the agents on your short list. Tell them your situation. Tell them that you've already found the house, that you have tentatively worked out a few details with the landlord, if that's true, that you think you'll be able to reach an agreement with your landlord, if that's true, and that you'll need help with making an offer and doing the paperwork. Tell them, of course, that you will be paying them directly, that the seller won't be paying them, if that's your case. Ask them, how many homes have you sold in the zip code? if they've ever worked with tenants buying from landlords before. How long have they been licensed real estate agents? What they charge? Would they accept payment at close of escrow and contingent on the sale closing? Don't hold your breath. What would they suggest your next steps be? If they don't do landlord to tenant sales or they don't seem enthusiastic about working with you, be sure and ask them for names of agents they would recommend for your situation. Whether you decide to go real estate agent or real estate attorney, you should find yours as soon as you know your landlord is interested in possibly selling the place to you. Or earlier, really. You want their advice at the beginning when it's most helpful. And you don't want to scramble later on when deadlines are approaching. It can take you several hours of online research and phone calls to find your real estate agent. But once you do, congratulations. You got another member of your team on board.